There we go.
Hi, Raquel.
Hi, I'm Raquel from Bangladesh. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Thank you. Well, my first question is about Philipa. How would you define Philipa in season 3? In terms that, do you think she found happiness and comfort, or that she just settled so she could get away from her mother?
Ooh, okay. So I see she is definitely moving away from her mum, and she's like become a married woman now, and she's settling into that life. But I actually think that the growth for Philippa is that her family unit becomes less dysfunctional. So I think all round they just become happier people together rather than having to separate. I think that's the goal.
Okay. Well, talking about Philippa and her marriage, Philippa doesn't really know what marriage entails, and her mother isn't with help at all. So, what is like playing a woman so true to the era in terms of the lack of sexual education?
Yeah, it was interesting because at first I was like, oh, I don't know if I buy that they don't know what it is. But then when you think about it, no one's telling them. They don't go to school. They don't talk about things like that at balls because it's improper. The men seem to know. Interesting. And then I think really the key was to play her like a 12-year-old little girl. That was a bit like something's going on. I'm not sure what it is. And even though she's like 22, I think, in this season, like in Regency years, that is like 12.
Okay. Well, makes sense. Well, Philippa and Penelope don't get along very well. So, why do you think this is this? What can we expect from them in season 3?
I think the reason they don't get along is they're just quite different. Philippa's really impressionable. Penelope isn't. And then there's Prudence. Like I think Philippa's got real middle child complex where she's a bit like she floats. I think she's got two like quite strong sisters either side, and Prudence is the eldest and maybe the one that you want to stay in with because she's the meanest as well. So I think that's probably why there's been a slight divide between Penelope, but I do think that that's gonna shift.
Can't wait to the people see what happened with them in
Yeah,
season
yeah.
3. How do you think Philippa and her family will react to a romantic relationship with Colin and Penelope?
I think it's a shock, a shock to the ton, massively, because they underestimated Penelope and they don't expect her to be this really savvy businesswoman. It's just been staying out the limelight, really. So I think it's a shock. But then eventually they start to come around to the fact that this is a good thing for all of them in their standing in society. So it's a good thing, really. But I think they wish it had been one of them. But they're evolving and accepting that, like, okay, yeah, she's a valuable player in this family.
Okay. And my last question. What do you think Colin's history is so important for so many fans? Do you think in season 3 does it justice?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really lovely to watch them finally get to fall in love, and for Colin to see in Penelope what she's always seen in him. I think is really sweet, and it's been a long time coming, and I think, yeah, it's going to do it justice, and with a lot of like trials and tribulations along the way, so it'll be entertaining, definitely.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
It's
Raquel.
delightful talking to you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for all the team to make this happen.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
You too. Bye.
Bye.